Hello everyone, hello and welcome back, and I promise I'm not hangry this time. I've just had a big bowl of Weed Picks. Today's video sponsored by Weed Picks. Hashtag the breakfast of champions. Hashtag how many do you do? Seriously, oh man, I would love to be sponsored by Weed Picks. Holy shit. I think there's like a magical number that you get to on YouTube in terms of like views and subscribers and stuff where you can start selling out, and man, I can't fucking wait till I get there. Hello thituathion, how are we? Tactical planning. Alright, straightforward enough. Yes, Grunty, the time for your next lesson is upon us. You are keeping well, I trust? Taking the occasional brisk walk? One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. True words never spoken. Now, assuming you have been following Kalia's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats found in Western Lenotia. I speak of roselings and wild jackals. And yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. 'Tis the perfect sample size. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypotheses, the third to perfect the tactics you've devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply fleeing ruin over and over again. You are not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought to reflect that. If you find yourself wanting for other approaches, consider the efficacious combination of ether flow and energy drain. When timed appropriately, you can simultaneously restore your own waning supply of mana and deal a crippling blow to your opponent. Alright, awesome. We're gonna go slay some jackals and some roselings. I don't know why I've given thituathion. Thituathion sounds like she should be narrating documentaries, to be quite frank. And where are we going? Now, you all may have noticed by the new threads that I have, in fact, done the Hall of Novice recently. And if for no other reason, if you still got classes level, I mean, look at this. Brand new ring, I'm level 30, increases experience earned by 30% when level 30 and below. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculously good. So I hadn't done it on my main, basically, just because when the last patch came out, I had already had all my classes at least 50, so I hadn't got around to it. But I've got to say that for what they intend to do, the Hall of Novice is great in terms of, you know, teaching you the basics of your class and you know, how to work with a party and stuff like that. It does what the Guildhest was supposed to do, but it does it in a far less ambiguous way. It sort of tells you quite plainly rather than telling you in sort of lore-friendly terms what you're supposed to be doing, as they kind of do in the Guildhests. So I think it's great. And I don't know if anyone really does Guildhests anymore. I don't know. If you still do Guildhests, good for you. Because all I do, I mean, I don't even remember doing leaves anytime recently on my Disciples of War and Magic. I'm pretty sure I'm just all about those fates and those dungeons. Although, of course, if you level exclusively on fates, you run the risk of getting to 50 and having absolutely no idea how to handle your class in a proper combat situation. So I'm always very sure to mix some dungeons into it. Alright, and now we have to go all the way back. Jeez. Alright, we're back, Thubi. Beautiful Thubi. Luscious Thubi. Hey, we kind of match. Look at that. That's pretty cool. You guys should know by now. If you don't know by now, I have a serious soft spot for Fem Rose. I reckon they are both the best Rose and the best Fems. Welcome back, Grunty. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Forcia Kalia on one of her inspections. I don't know if I'm saying her name right anymore. Kalia. I'm saying Kalia because it's easy to say, alright? Sue me. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical applications of Arcanima. Pray do not tarry, Grunty. Kalir awaits you on the floor below with further details. I know there's actually a lot of silent consonants in Mikote language, so it's a difficult thing. I'm pretty sure it's just straight Kalir. What do you think, Kalir? A timely appearance, as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining these wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Boylstocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift in hostilities, but there is the important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as Stratagem Focus of Fire. That should be Stratagem 1. You and your Emerald Carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither under the combined onslaught. Probability of victory, 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Middle Lenosia. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. Yeah, I mean, what was that? Combat Stratagem 1345 is focus, target, and nuke them down. What are the other 1344 that I'm unaware of that take precedence on that? Because as far as I'm concerned, that, I don't know about you guys, but that's Combat Strategy 1 in my books, without a doubt. Where exactly are we going? Do we need to... Yeah, okay, may as well go to Summerford. And yes, we may as well use an Aetherite ticket, even though it's only 150 gil. Use them or lose them. One of those things that just kind of tends to hang around in your inventory if you don't chew them up. Alrighty, time for Grunty's first meeting with the gobbies. What do we got? Duty calls, commence battle for tactical planning. And we're going to be level synced. So I think we might be losing miasma? Maybe? I am Forcier Clear of Milvan's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky peekers. Gobby spit up and the nosy eyes on stabby iron. Uh-oh. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Grunty, remember what we discussed. Defeat the goblin peddlers! Alright, come here. Execute Stratagem Focus Fire! Unleash the full strength of Emerald Carbuncle. Doing my best. Do not forget your precondition, adjust your tactics accordingly. So, she doesn't know any spells. She's just a customs agent. Oh no, she's got ruin there. Okay. Switch to combat pattern 2538, evasive maneuvers. Again, why is that 2538? Where's the 2537 where I just stand and get hit by the AoE? Avoiding bomb blasts is your top priority. Interrupt casting if you must. Focus on mobility. An actual athething. Now, she tells me to focus fire, but I'm all about them dots. So we're going to dot them all up. Your combat style gives me an idea. I must formulate a new tactic. The battlefield is yours. God, I've never heard anyone talk so much during a battle. Where'd she go? She just disappeared. What did she do? Did she just teleport out of here? She's a magician. Alright. Gobbymans get fucked. Alright, we've got them all tied up, looking pretty sorry for themselves. It's a pretty tiny card as well, Kalia. It's a bit cruel. Nicely done, adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. It was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the athething. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or showing up your weaknesses? Well, I mean, my weaknesses are the healer's problem. Oh, again you respond as the guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability of your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mr. Subigan. Until we meet next. I shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will take me company. Kalia, are you hitting on me? Assuming precondition C, the execution of combat maneuver B would impact scenario A in a manner which precipitate. I mean, this whole revision of me being great. I'm gonna assume that that's her funny way of hitting on me. I'm sorry, Kalia, you're not a femro. You're not a femro. You got no chance. You're too small for me. And we are going back to the Arcanist Guild. Anytime now. Back from the field, Grunty. Kalia contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain the razor edge of your mind. One last thing, Grunty. Considering the dedication you have shown towards our discipline, I've decided to permit you leave to explore the teachings offered by other guilds. I would suggest, however, that you first master the science of Arcanima. The strategic training you receive here will serve you well, no matter the path you eventually choose to walk. Return to me when your reason tells you the time is right. Yay! Alright, awesome. Look at that. We can start working on our cross-class stuff. Although I'm not going to do that right away, obviously. That's it's not really important right now. But you see, I've gotten ahead of myself. We're currently level 16, so I will be going straight into the next quest for Arcanist. However, after editing the last video, I did do the level 1 and level 5 together in one video. It came to like 28 minutes, which I'm told is probably a little bit long. Just probably bad for my, something about a half an hour video, maybe scaring people away from the rest of the series. Anyway, whoever decided not to watch it is silly, and you can tell them that you're silly. I'll tell them that they're silly. You're silly. We're having good fun here. I need to keep telling myself that. Alright, I'll see you guys next time for the level 15 class quest of Arcanist. Until then, bye. Bye-bye.